hot as fuck. Greetings and hallucinations, everybody. Jonathan here, coming to you live from the beautiful Secret Hotspring, where just below me there are 7 pools that go down the mountain. Right here to my left, your right, is the cold dip, the cold plunge. It's a freshwater river. And then right here where I sit before you is the entrance of the beginning of the hot spring. And the steam smells of sulfur, and I can also sense the negative charged ions that are being released from the trees and from the earth as the sun hits the earth for the first of the day, the first light of the new day. And it's Tuesday right now, and I just went to Beloved Music Festival last weekend. It was super magical. And afterwards, I had to go to a meeting in Eugene, like the next morning immediately. And then I came here right after to treat my mind and my body, to nurture my soul, to nurture my neurology and my every aspect of my body with just some sweet soak. And so this week has really been transformational and transmutational. Transformation is when we change form. Transmutation is the actual embodiment of that change. It's the actual epigenetic transmutation. It's when you go from one form to another, and the actual mutative process that happens on a cellular level. And as I was meditating this morning in my morning practice here, I was doing breath work in the warm and the cold, and just really stimulating my nervous system, stimulating my immune system, stimulating my autonomic nervous system, and just like allowing for my body to purge, because a lot of times when you go to a festival, you can push yourself through a lot of, epic dance floors and deep conversations where you'll receive new information. It's almost as if you're downloading a light code, some sort of higher dimensional frequency that is beyond the speed of light. And when you receive that information into your pineal gland, which is a transducer of frequency, the pineal gland is covered in crystals, salt crystals. And when you receive that frequency, this idea, it's not just something that is inside of you, it's something that is waiting to be activated inside of you. All knowledge, all information, all frequency is literally all around us. It's the cosmic Akash, the Akashic records. It's the information in the ether. It's in the noosphere, the all knowledge, the collective consciousness of humanity. And the more that we practice our meditation, the more that we cultivate our body as a temple, and the more that we can really tune our body as an instrument to receiving these frequencies, the more information we'll have access to, and the more embodied we become, the more experiential, the more divine our experience becomes. And when that happens, you gain more access. You gain more access to higher dimensional frequency of experience. You gain more access to insight, to foresight, to intellect, to a higher vibration of emotion. It changes the entire game, and that's why we talk about the quantum shift. Like, shift happens. It's like when you put the salt on the vibrating plate, and all of a sudden it creates these sacred geometric shapes, these geometric forms that always transmute. As the frequency goes higher, it transmutes into a higher degree of order. And that is the process called syntropy. Syntropy means higher order, greater order, higher degrees of order, versus entropy, which is disorder, which is the breaking down, the disintegration of your biological systems, of the cell walls, the entropy of the muscles as we transmute. And so say hi to the naked people behind me. We'll have to blur that out with some fog, cue the fog. And so the download that I was receiving just now was that as I was doing this breath work, as I was breathing, as I was starting to cultivate this energy inside of my body, I began to realize that as I began to slip into theta from my beta alpha brainwaves, when I started to slip into theta, what I realized is that the breathwork practice that I like to share and teach actually induces a theta state temporarily. It triggers the pineal gland to secrete different types of melatonin, such as a biophosphorescent, luminescent metabolite that is created from melatonin, and also DMT, dimethyltryptamine, which is also a metabolite that is modulated or transmuted into DMT when there's a certain stimulation that's created, when there's an energetic movement and stimulation that moves up your spine. It's the Kundalini energy. Now, many of my friends have had their Kundalinis activated, and if you don't know what that means, I highly suggest you check it out. I'll make another video just about that itself. But you know, once you activate that, once you start to move that energy through your body, you then have the opportunity to continue cultivating that energy. You have the opportunity to go deeper into that liberation, that freeing of energy. And as we do that, we begin to shift our consciousness. We begin to shift our paradigm. We begin to access new ways of perceiving the world. And when we do that, our entire perception of reality changes. And then you will have access to new experience, new information, new insight, and more foresight for your future. So I encourage you to go deeper into this practice. If you're interested in learning more about it, please reach out to me. I love to share and to explore and to teach and to just to cultivate more knowledge around this, because as you elevate and as I elevate, we rise the consciousness of the planet together, and that is what we are here to do in this lifetime. So feel free to reach out. Sending you all my love and aloha from here in a secret hot spring here in Oregon, and hope to see you here or there. Much love and aloha.